mention the Frenchman trying to increase peace, use God as his holy weapon. NRGJ, when you hear it, you better spell it right. It's about natural intelligence being God, thanks to man's acolyte. Fuck this shit, this gotta stop tonight. And I'm here to come and spread the word and spread the light. Thou shalt not forsake one.
Hello. Today's date is Sunday, the 6th of August, in the year of our Lord, 2017. My name is Stephen French, and this is my Sunday sermon. Today's Sunday sermon is called Malfeasance, Manifest on Merseyside. What is malfeasance? Malfeasance is the abuse of public office. Around about 10 years ago, I, as the fighting preacher, delivered my first ministry. And my ministry was to help young men come out of the dark and into the light, and at the same time expose the corrupt men in positions of authority and power, who utilize that authority and power to hold the rest of us down. How do I intend to do that? Well, I intend to bring the young men out of the dark of criminality and into the light of gainful employment. But at the same time, I intend to expose the corrupt men in positions of authority and power. I intend to start with Merseyside Police Services. DC 4849 Lucy Neal and DC 5233 Emma Buckley this is what you did to me. This is what you did to me. This is what I did to you. How did you do that? You did it by breaking the Criminal and Justice Courts Act 215. Yeah? The corrupt or improper exercise of police powers and privileges. A police officer listed in subsection 3 commits an offence if he or she exercises the powers and privileges of a constable improperly and knows or ought to have known that the exercise is improper. When you sat on the evidence, when you subdued the evidence and when you held it down, yeah, you actually broke the law against me. Yeah? That's the matter of a review, so we won't go too deep into that. Let's talk about PC Marcus Coast, Sergeant Rohan, yeah, and Sergeant Jones. Operation Town Safe, the stopping of contraband flowing through the tunnel. Long story short, yeah, right, you perjured yourselves in the dock, yeah, right. You said that you were off work, you said I'd done all kinds of things to you, but I put a private detective on you and you was playing rugby on the Saturday. The incident happened on a Friday. You said you was off work and you wasn't well because of a karate did a kung fu, but you played rugby on the Saturday, and the powerful Marcus Coast ran down the wing and scored 2 tries. Sergeant Rohan, I'd like to break your jaw for what you did to me, yeah, right? Pulling me into a police wagon by my ears, and the abuse, the physical abuse that you used to subdue me with you and 10 other fellow officers. Yeah, right. I despise you, sir, and you're a disgrace to the uniform. Yeah, and I challenge you to fight in Haydock, and I challenge you again to fight at Wrexham. Yeah, right. If my opponent doesn't turn up, why don't you stand in for him? You're a jiu-jitsu black belt, I believe. Yeah, right. I'll put my shoulder against 6-stand karate against your jiu-jitsu black belt any day of the week, pal. DC 8433 John Head and DC Andy Vane, sent by their bosses to visit me at HMP Preston when I made a complaint that 6 individuals were attempting to blackmail me while I was in prison, charged with those malicious rape allegations, telling me that if I didn't give them £50,000, you're right, that people would come forward to substantiate she, who cannot be named, allegations. Lo and behold, I refused to play ball, and 2 of the blackmail conspirators ended up as prosecution witnesses. I have a lot more evidence on Merseyside police, you're right, but I'm holding it back. Merseyside probation services: Laura Gibson, Claire Parry, Marie Orrell, and Ian Wilkinson. You've made false reports about me in order to recall me back to jail. Yeah. You also issued me with a warning, you're right, saying that on the 4th of April 2016, I was continually rude and abusive. What you didn't know is I wrote to you in January, told you that I was going to tape recorded you, yeah, and as a result of those tape recordings, one second, have a listen, just a small listen. You disgust me. Absolutely disgusting. The professionals and the services that they represent on Merseyside, the corruption and the malfeasance is manifest and malignant right throughout all the services. I've got the little hooker on tape. Okay. Let's move on. Moving on to Mersey and Cheshire CPS. Mersey and Cheshire Crown Prosecution Services. Dave Maxwell, Keith Drummond, District Prosecutor. You're right. The person that accused me of rape, maliciously and falsely, was charged with theft by fraud, malicious communications, and an attempt to pervert the course of justice. Yeah, and all Dave Maxwell was the first one to review it. Then I put it to a second review, which was carried out by Keith Drummond, and I was told that because my property was empty for 6 months, that anybody could have broken into it and taken my stuff. Despite the fact that when the accused person was arrested, my property was found in their possession. Excuse me, that's an email. My property was found in their possession, yeah, right? And you still said anybody else could have broken into it. A large amount of money went from my account to her account. She made 2 statements in September acknowledging that she took the money. She also gave an indication of guilt. You still said that wasn't enough to prosecute. She sent me a racist email. The racist email helped the case against me collapse. Fucking rigorous honesty. Nigga, please. You told me you took the slut for an abortion. You actually said that because the fact that I, as a black person, use that word myself and we use it amongst ourselves, that it wasn't racially offensive. Let me tell you something, yeah, right? If we want to call ourselves niggers, we can, but no white person on earth can use that word. It's racially offensive if a white person decides to use it. I use the word nigger, and naturally, intelligent, God's gangster acolyte, I've reclaimed the word. I've reclaimed it and made it into something positive for myself. But the vitriol, the hatred in that message She calls the woman a slut. She wants the baby dead, and she called me a nigger, and you refuse to charge. But the greatest one, yeah, the greatest one is to pervert the course of justice. Yeah. Now, I may get myself into some trouble for this, but I don't give a damn anymore. Yeah. Listen to this. This is two women that I've accused of being racially abusive, having a conversation about how they can trick DC 4849 Lucy Neal after not prosecuting them about stealing my money. Yeah, right? And it all comes down to an iPhone. I gave my iPhone to Cassandra Aslanian, yeah, right, while I was in prison, yeah, right, so she could get some money out of my account, yeah, right, in order to buy some stuff for the baby that was coming. They decided to empty the account, and it's all down to the phone and where the phone was and who had the phone, yeah, right, and they gave statements that Cassandra bought from. Listen. Racist.
Oh, yeah, so just fucking tell them, and I've just sent her an email about the other 1,000.
The person she's just sent an email to is DC 4849 Lucy Neal, a witch with a warrant card.
If it was for fucking money, because the 2,000 he owed you had nothing to do with the money and the clothes and the stamps and everything you sending into him. So that's what that was for. So as long as mine and yours and Grace's and everyone's the same, it's fine.
As long as our statements are the same, it's fine. As long as all our lies are the same, it's fine. Isn't that pervert the course of justice? Keith Drummond, David Maxwell, you crooks and such, mate, and you're making me sick.
And just don't tell them that we went, because I haven't put it in mine. I have to do another statement, and Grace said just leave it, so we never went and got the phone. You already had it on you, in your case, in your bag. So don't want to leave it on. So
I'll leave it, I'll stop it there. I'll stop it there, you right? Because I believe that them saying the phone was in another place when it wasn't, and making statements to match is classic pervert the course of justice. But not on Merseyside, not for me, not against me. No charges will be brought. Yeah. That brings me on to Merseyside Social Services. Marie O'Brien, you're to blame because you're in charge. Irene Roberts, you're the line manager. You're to blame because you control Karen Grace. And Amanda Baker, you terrorised my eldest daughter, telling her that if she let me see the grandbaby before it was born, that you'd be all up in the business. You're right. My daughter asked you to write to me to inform me of your decision, and you couldn't even do that. You're right. I'll see you in court. Yeah. But Karen Grace. So, on the 14th of July, yeah, right, I went to see my probation officer because I had some serious concerns for the safeguard of the children, 4 children, in the care of Cassandra Aslanian. Yeah, Cassandra Aslanian, yeah, right, is the type of girl who will do this. Have a listen. She phones the registry officers and cancels me trying to be a father to the baby, yeah? And once she's cancelled it, she then emails me this in order to cause me pain. Sorry, wrong one.